And now John Hofmeister joins us. He is former president of Shell Oil and founder of Citizens for Affordable Energy, an oil industry group pushing for increased oil exploration. He joins us live now from Houston, Texas. Good morning, Mr. Hofmeister.
Good morning, Rebecca.
When we spoke back in December on this program, you predicted prices would hit $5 a gallon by 2012. Now at some pumps in the country, we're actually seeing those levels. How high do you think prices could go this year?
Well, this year, I think we're pretty close to topping out. We could get over $4 for the nation. But what I'm really worried about is the outer years of 2012, 2013, because what the president can't do anything about is demand in Asia. The president can't do anything about tension in the Middle East. What the president could do something about is to increase domestic production in this country, which he doesn't seem to want to do. And so when you have a problem like this, you take matters into your own hands in order to fix it.
The president this week did take matters into his hands. He's formulated this task force to root out speculators and manipulation of the oil markets. You obviously don't think that's enough. And your goal here with your organization, Citizens for Affordable Energy, is to increase domestic oil production. Are there not other modes, however, of ways to cut back on prices here in the United States?
About the only thing that people can do is cut back usage, but even that will not change demand in Asia or tension in the Middle East. So we could cut back consumption, but global prices still rise. The president's assigning of the task force is fine. Only idiots break the law under this kind of a situation. There are knuckleheads out there that may do something stupid, but that doesn't solve the problem. The real problem is the demand is greater than the supply. And if you don't affect the supply side, you end up with these high prices, and they don't go away unless you go into recession.
Well, back at the beginning of the year when prices were $100 a barrel, supply was running near all-time highs. In our reserves here in the United States, we had more than enough supply to get by.
And the economy is recovering, and demand has picked up even more. But what people have to get used to, Rebecca, Asian demand is going through the roof. And if we're not producing domestic news sources, then we're going to have to pull in imports, just like the people in China and India are pulling in. And that puts pressure on what's available, and that's where the price rise comes from.
What do you think about the argument that the Federal Reserve has this zero interest rate policy, which induces banks to borrow for practically nothing and then end up putting that money into investments, commodities like oil? And that's why not only oil is going up, but commodities across the board, from corn to cotton to coffee, are also rising.
I think that's absolutely correct. It is people who are storing their money in price-rising commodities. But in addition, it's the weakness of the dollar. Our national deficit contributes to the weakness of the dollar, and we buy oil in dollars. And so as the dollar depresses, the number of dollars Americans pay for that crude oil goes up because it's coming in not from the U.S., it's coming in from foreign countries.
John Hofmeister, we appreciate you being with us this morning.